This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this 2019 Coleman hybrid trailer. And it's a model 1701 EXP. So this is not a floor plan video, it's a how-to video. I'm just going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? I'm not going to drop the bunks or the beds because I've hold this camera with one hand, so I can't really do it. But we'll do that for you when you pick up. And show you how that works, okay? So first of all, you got a power awning with LED strip, outside speakers. That is the vent for your furnace, and this is the range hood vent. So when you're venting your range with the fan in the range hood, it vents out here, okay? This is your city water fill here, or fresh water fill. The most common way to get water to the trailer is the city water hookup, which is on the other side. I'll show you that when I get there. But if your camp is a place that does not have city water, you can pre-fill your tank and use the onboard pump to pump the water. Therefore, all your plumbing will work as though you have city water, even though you'll be carrying it on board. Okay? If you have city water, you don't have to worry about the tank or the pump. Okay, this is just 110 AC here. Okay, all this is if you wanted to purchase their product, it's a Furrion product. It's a solar battery charger. It looks, it folds folds in half, sort of like a suitcase or something like that. And you would plug it in here and it could charge your battery. That's all that's for. It's just pre-wired for that product. Deep cycle marine battery you have. 2 LP tanks full you have. This is your power tongue jack right here. Keep in mind that if it ever fails for any reason, you can put your 3/4 inch crank right on there, if you can see that, or a socket, whatever you want to use, but 3/4 inch, and you can crank it manually to get yourself out of trouble. Okay? Alrighty, so this is your storage here, and of course that's your 3/4 inch crank. You use those on the stabilizers, and you can also use it on the power tongue jack in an emergency. This is your furnace. Okay, so right now, let me look here. Right now your furnace is drained. It's empty and it's bypassed because this is still winterized. So you can see it's empty right here. Or not empty there, but the cap is missing from there. Now this will run on 110 AC or LP gas. The switches are inside the trailer. I'll show you those when I get in there. The trick is, if the only thing about it to know is never run it dry. Never run it without water in it, or you'll damage it. Especially if you use the heating element, the electric element, that'll burn out. So you always want to make sure you have water in the tank before you turn it on, okay? Do this here. Do that one-handed. So this is your city water hookup, like I was talking about. This is the most common way to get water to the trailer. This is just a coax through campground cable or whatever you want to send through there. You get a 30-foot 30-amp power cord with a 20-amp reducer. Okay. These are your dump valves here. Your black is toilet water and waste. Your gray is sink and shower water. Okay. Let's see here. Of course, you got 3 bunks or 3 beds to fold down. So let's go inside and look around here. Okay. So this is your control panel. To turn your water heater on electric is right there. To turn it on gas is right there. To use your water pump, it's right there. You use the water pump, like I said, for pumping fresh water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. It's also used to winterize the trailer. Okay. Lights here, of course. And your power awning button is right here. As you can see, it works like so. Never leave the awning out unattended. You're not going to be at the campsite. Make sure it's rolled in. And of course, these are your levels here. Batteries charged, black tank is empty, so on and so forth. All right, you have your keys right here. your cooktop, you just light it with a lighter. The refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator, meaning it'll run on 110 AC or LP gas. So it turns on like right there. Now defaulted to auto in the mode. You can see that. I don't know if you can see it very well, but that's where you're going to run the refrigerator almost always, in auto mode. Auto means that it'll automatically seek out electricity and use it, and if it can't find electricity, it'll automatically light on gas. Another way to look at it is if you're going to be gone for the day, let's say you leave early in the morning, it's a hot day, you're going to be adventuring the whole day, so after you leave, the campground power goes out. Well, it'll sense that and it'll automatically light onto gas, so you won't spoil your food. So that's the best way to keep it. The other thing to know, this should be tucked in here. Let me just do this with my free hand if I can do it. Otherwise I'll have to take this off, which I will. This is called a thermistor. I'm going to set this down for 1 second. I can't do it one-handed. But this thing is called a thermistor, and it sets your temperature. The higher it goes, the cooler the temperature. So you put it in this clip here, and you clip the clip onto the fin, and you go high with it. All right. If you ever go so high it falls out, you just stick it right back in like I did. If you look at this sticker here, the lower you go, the warmer. The higher you go, the cooler. So that's how you set your temperature. It's called a thermistor. Okay. So that's gas absorption. Your furnace is right there, of course. Your thermostat for your furnace is right here. I'm going to shut it off. They just had it running this morning. So you're just going to bring it all the way to the left, and then here, listen for the click. You want to hear that click? As soon as you do that, the flame went out, right? But it's still going to cycle through, so it could run another minute or two. It's just cycling down, though. Okay. This is your LP gas detector here. It should always be green. If it's not green, get it serviced. And then you have a carbon monoxide and a smoke detector right here. Okay, let's see here. The table could fold up and drop down onto these cleats here, turn into a bed. Somebody left their sweater there, it looks like. Okay, here, this is all your literature that comes with it right here. Alright, you can hook you have sound here. This plays discs, obviously, CDs and DVDs. It has a USB drive, so you can put all your MP3s onto one little drive and take them with you, for example. It has Bluetooth, so you can stream wirelessly with your phone or your tablet. And it has AM, FM radio also. So it does all that. Plus it has 2 speaker zones right here, 1 and 2. 1 is inside the trailer, 2 is outside the trailer. So it does a lot for camping, you know. So it's a good thing. You can also set your TV here, and here's your TV hookups here. Okay. And if you wanted to set it up so you can watch DVDs or whatever on it, you can do that. Of course, your beds are folded in right now. This, I'm guessing, is a cover. Yeah, it looks like a cover for it. Microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range that I told you about. You have the fan and a light. Okay. Alrighty, so the sink and the shower work like any other sink and shower. The toilet works like all RV toilets in that it sits right over a black tank. Your flush pedal is right here. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, then you'll come here and you'll put a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you'll stand on the pedal long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there along with the chemical. It'll flow right into the black tank below. You can use more than a gallon, but don't use less. Once you've done that, it's ready to be used. If you don't do that, it's considered using it dry. And if you use it dry, it'll get clogged up, plus the smell will be terrible. So you always want a dose of chemical and at least a gallon of water. Okay? This is a GFCI here, just so all the plugs in the trailer are wired through this GFCI. So if something pops, this is where you reset it. You have a fan here with a lid on it. Whoops, I'm sorry. Okay, let's look around a little more. The rest is just storage and the usual stuff. Let me just see here. I think we've pretty much about covered it. Now, first of all, let me thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Remember that you want to inspect your roof, every 90 days or so. It's up to you, but the bottom line is you want to send somebody up there so they can look around to make sure there's no damage that was caused by low branches or road debris flying up there, and make sure there's no cracking or separation where water can get through, that sort of thing. You're just protecting your investment, and people generally don't inspect their roofs enough, so keep that in mind. It should be part of your regular maintenance, all right? And also, this is winterized right now, so the water heater is bypassed. There's antifreeze in the system, and it's still set for the winter, so keep that in mind, okay? Thank you very much.